On the fourth level is esteem, both self-esteem and recognition, acknowledgement from other people. Maslow talks about the lower end and the higher end. The lower end is a need to be respected, to be recognized, acknowledged by other people, to have praise for what you do, for what you are. And the higher end is a feeling you have inside yourself, self-esteem, knowing that you're all right, that you're doing okay, that you're a good person, and so on. These two ends of esteem is interlocked in a way, but it's very complex to say exactly how. It seems like people with a lot of self-esteem don't need a lot of praise from other people, while people with very low self-esteem need a lot of acknowledgement and recognition from the people around them to feel respected, to be praised for what they do, for what they are. But it's fairly complex to analyze a person's needs, because sometimes it can be very hard to determine if something is real self-esteem or it's a kind of act. People's behavior sometimes is hard to see through. Is this person acting out of megalomania or because they have very low self-esteem? The things they will do, the way they will behave will actually be the same. They will try to impress other people and say to the world, look at me, look at how good I am. And we don't really know, is it because they have a very low self-esteem, or is it because they have a very high self-esteem and just need to show other people how good they are? But this need is very high up. Self-esteem, self-respect can go out the window if you're starving. If you are without food for several days, you might try to steal food. You might try to beg for food. So this is up in the end where you have to have some kind of surplus, because this will be sacrificed if you are pulled down to the physiological needs at the bottom of the pyramid. Often you will have a lot of debate, internal debate with yourself before you lose that, but you will lose it if you starve enough. It's worth noting that Maslow, when he formulated the model at the first time, meant it to be very strict. You could only move from one level to the next when your needs there was fulfilled. Later on he gave up on that, because we humans are able of working in parallel planes. Say that you are struggling to keep your job, your income. At the same time, when you are at your spare time, you can go to a jazz club and play the piano or the saxophone and be a well-respected, highly esteemed musician. So human life is complex, and we need to understand that. And that is one of the things the model has been criticized for, but Maslow himself softened up on that point. At the highest end of the model is self-actualization. At this point, as it was intended original by Maslow, you had not just fulfilled all the other needs, you had mastered them. And at that point, you had a surplus in your life, so you could strive for excellence. Say, I'll be more tomorrow than I was yesterday. You would develop yourself, your personal development. You will spread out in other fields. If you had had success at this point here, you would simply say, now I need to be more than I was. I need to actualize myself, be more than I was. As a matter of fact, nowadays we know that you can reach this level even if you have deficits on other levels. But this is a surplus level. If you're in dire needs, if you have no sleep, if you have no food, if you have no water, this will be your main priority, and you'll drop out of this pretty quickly. But there's also a time frame. I can be on a desert island all alone I can be in need of love and belonging. I can be out of food and water, but if I find food and water, if I feel secure, if I feel safe, just for a moment, my mind can still go to this level and start thinking about what I'll do when I come back. And that is what makes us human. This whole model, what can you do with it? What can we do with it? This is about your motivation, my motivation, the motivation of others. At the lower levels, we are typically saying this is negative motivation. You will work not to starve, not to be thirsty, not to be deprived of sleep, not to be attacked or have put your life in danger in any way. You will strive to do a lot of stuff to stay safe and healthy, to survive. And on the higher levels, you are longing for something. You have a positive image of what you want to become, what you want to achieve. But it's not always like that. And sometimes we kid ourselves and we think we are working on this level, but actually we are still working on lower levels because we do this not to be tricked or trapped in a lower level. So to understand yourself fully and to work with yourself and your motivation, this is a good place to start. But it's not the end of all debate. In future videos I'll talk about motivation, how to make positive changes in your life. And I'll refer back to Maslow as I will refer back to our models. And hopefully we'll get someplace. If you think I have skipped something, if I have missed something in Maslow, please write me. This is, even if it's long, it's still a short video and not a whole day seminar. Hopefully we can use Maslow together in the future. I hope to see you there. Hi.